It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 4. A spontaneous employee walkout at Breck Resort today has exposed flooding, busted pipes, leaking sewage, and weeks without heat or hot water at Breck Terrace, the resort's employee housing on Airport Road. I talked with one liftie who refused to work today. His ground floor unit flooded when temperatures hit -20 over the weekend. It's been fixed since then, but his bathroom ceiling's been flooded with sewage for weeks. The resort offered him housing at Keystone and 1 day of refunded rent worth $17. He calls it a slap in the face. Another resident tells me this is her third year at employee housing. She once lived at Sagebrush Housing in Keystone and says it's 10 times worse than Breck Terrace. A third resident tells me he and his 3 roommates feel underappreciated, undervalued, and unwanted because when they share their concerns with management, the answer is, we know. He has been sleeping in his uniform to stay warm when the heat goes out. I agreed to air their stories without using their names. Unlike Breck's ski patrollers, these entry-level employees do not have a union. Most tell me they will be at work tomorrow because they cannot afford to miss it. Breck COO John Copeland has responded. He confirms repairs are happening now at the terrace and calls the situation there completely unacceptable. Copeland also confirms what residents told me. The resort has offered alternate housing in Keystone and many employees were out today. He says they called in sick. County Health and Human Services reports one formal complaint about conditions there at the terrace. It was made yesterday. The county's been in touch with Breck Resort about conditions and repairs, but says there are no code violations. Keystone's new ski patrol union tells me today is the deadline for their contract negotiations. The resort was supposed to make an offer on wages and benefits. No comment yet from the union or resort. In Crested Butte, union lift mechanics are the latest threatening a labor strike. On Instagram, the mechanics union says it does not want to strike, but members will do what they must for a fair contract. A semi-truck toppled over on westbound I-70 between West Vail and Dow Junction this afternoon. No other cars were involved. Westbound lanes were backed up. There was no way around it. 2 developers are pitching 2 different plans for downtown Dillon, one across from Pug Ryan's, the other replacing it. Scott Downen, developer on the Sale Lofts, wants to build 30 condos and retail just to the north. Some of those condos would be affordable. Detroit developer Jake Porritt wants to replace Pug's and a neighboring building with a 3-story parking garage, grocery store, and retail. Summit Daily reports Dillon's Urban Renewal Authority likes both those plans, but believes a parking garage might not be the best use for prime downtown real estate. A recent fundraiser at Highside Brewery for opera musician Mike Woodard was incredibly successful. Here's our Amanda Giles talking to Mike that night.
It's amazing. This community, our community here in Summit County has been so supportive and so helpful to my healing journey, and I just can't say thank you enough.
Mike is battling brain cancer, but still gigging when he can. And in sports, the Avalanche, they play the Jets tonight, 7:30. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.